All right. Now I know nobody is up. So nobody. Well, maybe Marty Casey. Hey, Patrick here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and I'm up. So I thought I'd just get up and do a couple of things on the channel and take it from there. So, yeah, that I'm looking for. Tony's still awake, hanging in there. What are you doing up? If you can't be staying up this late if you get a job, Tony, you got to go to sleep. If you get a job. Hey, Trenchy, what's up, brother? All right. You want to come up for a few minutes? If you have the energy, that is. If you have the energy, I'll drop the link. But if not, we can do it another time. All right, let me throw down. Yeah. All right. All right. Oh, God, you're kidding me, Eric. What the hell are you doing up? All right. Well, if you want to come up and hang out too, man, I guess you could do that. Come on up, you and Trenchy. Tony, I'll get you another day. You should actually be going to bed, sir. There's the link right there. If you and Trenchy want to come on up, and that would be great. I almost feel like saying, "Hi, I'm Don. It's late. Let's watch a movie." But I'm not Don, and it is late. But I'm not watching no movie. Oh my gosh! All right, so I'm glad if you guys could both come up. That'd be great. Of course, your wife might not like it. I understand that. Eric, what are you doing up at 2 o'clock in the morning on the computer? Tell that son of a bitch to leave you alone. Oh, I'm up. So that tells you. It should tell you if I'm up this late. It should tell you how I'm doing, which is really awful. I cannot get any sleep. Yeah. Now, see if I get this right. This is your anniversary weekend, or was that last weekend? I know you had an anniversary still. So that's awesome too, if it is. Congratulations, man. That was last weekend. Okay. So I had everything I think I had everything 1 week later than what it was. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. How cool is that? Happy anniversary too. Yeah. Oh, so today we're working on Dollar Theater. Uh and and we are doing our review, or we did our review of Christmas Blood. Christmas Blood was a 2017 slasher film done by our good friend Gizmo. If anybody remembers Gizmo, I'm not sure what happened to him. He's just disappeared. Um, I don't know what happened. I know he's still in Norway, but I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him online in quite a while. Um, but I got his movie. Trenchy.
Hello?
Uh, whoops. Let me see
Is
if
it working?
it's working.
Hey.
So I was saying how I'm working on this movie right here for Dollar Theater.
I've never heard
So
of that.
yeah, most people haven't. But ironically, the director was hanging around in our community for quite a while, and I had gotten this way before. I have actually reviewed one of his films called The House even before I met him, before I started YouTube. I did
Hmm.
I did a review of one of his movies called The House, which was top notch. I really liked that movie. And then I got this movie from the same company, Art Exploitation, and I went to watch it, but I could only make it about 20 minutes in because the lighting was just really, really bad. I couldn't see shit what was going on. So
Oh
I
shit.
I put the movie aside, and then when I started doing YouTube, all of a sudden I realized that he says, "Hey, I'm a film director. I've done movies." I'm going like, "Hey, I reviewed one of your movies," and then I said, "But one of them I couldn't do," and then holy cow, hell yeah, this is right here. This is gonna be a righteous party right here, Mr. Meathook, director of Stoner Snake, is in the house. What's going on, Mr.
Hello.
Daryl Hook? Wow, that's cool. I reviewed Stoner Snake too, as well as interviewed Daryl. Stoner Snake is hot. That's a great. That's a fun movie. That is a fun movie. Um, so I went back for Dollar Theater since I'm going on a world tour of horror from different countries. And I
Hmm.
thought, well, I'll come back and redo this one because it's in Norway. So I came back and I watched this movie from top to bottom, and yeah, the same damn thing. I mean, I finished it, and there's some good things in it I did like, but once again, the lighting had a lot to be desired for me. I just couldn't
Hmm.
really see anything what was going on. But I mean, and I mean, there's some. Okay, I'll be honest with you. There's some bumps and bruises on here. I like the setting, but there was just some things on here that just had me shaking my head. Um, the House is a much better movie, but then when I talked to Renner, he told me that this movie had been hit by some bad luck, and that
Mm.
probably played a part into it. I believe there was some people that passed away during the filming of the movie.
Oh
I'm
shit.
trying to. I tried, but I have insomnia, so I'm up for a little bit. So yeah. So I still review the movie though, Trenchy, because it's um because I wanted to do some like we're doing tomorrow night. Where are we at this week? Oh, we're in South Korea this week. We're reviewing a movie called Voices on Monday. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That one's gonna be that's a good one. I like that one.
I don't think I've
Uh,
seen that one either.
it came out. What's really cool about that one was the fact that it came out as a After Dark Fest movie.
Mm.
They had the now those came out every Halloween, I think they ran for like 8 years, and then it went over to After Dark Original Pictures, and I think they did that for like till like 2023, 2022, and then they
Right.
stopped doing it. Yeah, but they did quite a few of these, and I've gotten a few of the movies. I reviewed Wicked Little Things. I reviewed Autopsy, um, and I've gotten a few more that I have yet to review. I got another one called Perkins 14, which I'm really intrigued about. So I might actually be putting that into play here in a minute. As far as Dollar Theater goes, my buddy Catfish, he had a movie and then he left it to me. So I've
Oh,
heard about
nice.
it. Yeah, I've heard about Perkins 14. I heard that's a mind twist. So I'm pretty anxious about that. And we're like, yeah, that sounds like right up my tea, right up my alley. Um, and then this weekend or this past week, we had the last couple of weeks. Man, we just had crazy fun at the library. They called their foreign films, and I picked up almost 50 foreign films.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, Trenty, man. I mean, we're talking like good, solid, award-winning movies, like the equal to their country's Oscars. I got a
Hmm.
few of those. Plus, I got Hatching, so I'm really happy about that. I was looking for that movie for ever since it came out on home theater, and finally got a copy of it. So I'm pretty happy about that. How about you?
I've
What have you been
seen the
watching?
trailer for that.
Hatching, it looks really good, doesn't it?
It does look interesting. That's the girl with like the egg and shit, right?
Right, right. I just it's funny. It's like it actually would have fit in the foreign film section of this, but I'm gonna wait on that because I'm gonna go ahead and I wanted to wait before I did that because I want to talk about that movie on the ISC show.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna wait. So instead, we're doing Suitable Flesh with Barbara Crampton and Heather Graham, directed by the mighty Joe Lynch. So so yeah, Mr. Meat Hook's here. That's well, he was here. I was actually surprised to see him here. I'm like, and Eric, I'm sure Eric went back to bed too. Uh,
Yeah.
I always get worried when I talk to like a peer at this late at night, which I don't really do at all. But I
Hmm.
always get a little bit. I always get a little weird if I know there's a married person that comes on and starts talking at this time at night, because I'm always afraid that I'm going to be like causing some sort of, like, what are you doing up at 2 o'clock in the morning talking to somebody? It's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, it's just my buddy Patrick. I don't care if it's God himself. Get to bed. Wives and husbands turn into father and son, father and mothers when their spouse is on the online at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, how are you been? What have you been watching?
I'm okay, thanks. The last thing I watched for like movie wise was I watched one of the Invisible Man sequels from like the 40s.
Nice.
Because I'm working for, I think it was Invisible Man's Revenge, and my friend's like, "Oh, I don't like that one." I watched it. I'm like, it's not that bad. I liked it enough.
Man, but just the fact you're doing one of the classics, though.
Yeah, but my family got me the box set for like Christmas, and I've always liked the Universal monster movies, but I never really watched the sequels. So I'm watching all the movies in order, and I've been doing that for a couple years. I take my time with it, but yeah, I don't hate any. There are ones that are worse than others for sure. There are ones, but I found something to enjoy in every single one of them so far. There hasn't been anything where I'm like, this is total trash to me, at least.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I got one coming up here as soon as I wrap up my foreign country tour here. Um,
Hmm.
until I get back to my regular lineup for Dollar Theater. And one of the movies I have on my watch list is going to be The Wolfman, the original
Oh,
one.
hell yeah.
And I did Frankenstein. I did Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, and that was a lot of fun.
I think I've seen clips of that. I don't know if I've seen that all the way through. I thought I did at one point, but I'm not sure if I did. But I will get to that one eventually.
I didn't get the whole set. Actually, to tell you the truth, it was funny. It's like I went to the library one day and they had the entire set for Dracula. You know, the box
Hell
set
yeah.
for Dracula, and I remember being really excited about that. And I went ahead, I picked it up, and then what I do is I go there and I go through the shelves and pick up the movies that I want to take home that I'm going to buy. But then I have to sit down and look at them, because I want to make sure they're all clean. And
Hmm.
this was a private donation, so I had high hopes. But when I opened it up, yeah, it was awful. It was scratched to shit. So
Oh,
sadly,
damn.
I had to yeah. So sadly, I had to leave that one behind. I did get the Abbott and Costello one, and that was practically brand new. There's not a scratch on that. It was brand new. Um,
Hmm.
and then maybe about a year later, the Dracula box set came through again, and this time it worked. This time it was in good shape. So I got the Dracula one, and then I got the individual ones. I got the Wolfman, and I have Dracula. Dracula I reviewed, and I think I have the Invisible Man, the first, and then the Abbott and Costello one. I think I have some more that with the Universal Monsters as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
you know, it used to be we have a store named Meyer over here, and it used to be that they would sell during Halloween. They would get
Hmm.
all the box sets of the Universal Monsters, and they would sell them for that month. They would sell each monster their box set, and they used to sell it for $5. I'm not the
Oh,
box set, but
nice.
just not the box set, but just the individual movie. So they
Yeah.
used to sell them for five. They used to sell them for $5, which was actually a pretty good price still. And they used to do that every Halloween. And then and the year that I decided, I said, that's a good idea. I'm going to go down and get all six. And I went down there and they had stopped selling them. So I
Oh,
was like,
damn.
yeah. Um, see, what have I been watching? I've watched. I got into a British series called Inspector Lewis, and then I got into another one called Inspector Lindsay. That one has some star power to it. The English Mystery, the first episode of the first series. Bill Nighy, who played Victor in the Underworld.
Hmm.
He played Victor. Yeah, he played the king of the vampires. And then Henry Cavill was in it. Uh, and then I watched started watching the second episode, and Idris Elba was in it. So I'm like, wow, okay. So there's some star power here.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I was like, so then I looked at the series that came out in 2001. So that's the reason why they were on TV. Yeah, because Henry Cavill looked really small. He's small. He looked small on the TV. And like, that's not how he ended up looking. Because he's a big dude now.
Right.
But yeah, that classic review, man. That's so cool. I'm so glad when people do that.
I mean, I like movies from all eras and shows. I'll give anything a shot, and I'll try it. And if I like it, because there's some on the Universal Monster set that are a bit like they're, but I can't like bring myself to fully hate them. I think there's always something good in them, but there are ones where I probably skip that one, maybe give it a second chance, but I don't
Yeah,
think there's any like terrible ones.
It's really hard. I mean, I'm taking some movies down tomorrow to donate, and I hear this is probably one of the hardest things about collecting physical media is it's one of those things where you sit there and you'll be the first to admit it. Like, I watched this movie. I'm not sure I'm going to give it a. I'm not sure if it's worth a rewatch. But how many people actually do take the movie aside and sit there and go like, yes, I'm not going to really see. I can't see myself watching this one again. But then you don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
You just put it back on the shelf and you think, well, maybe I'll just rewatch it down the line when I'm in a better place of mind or something like that. And it's like that's the part that gets me. It's like, yeah, I didn't even mention any of these actors' names when I did my review because honestly, I can't pronounce their names, and I don't really know how many of them are really actors. Um,
Right.
I really don't. I guess I could have looked, but at the time that I got this movie in 2017, I'm not really sure how many of them were actually acting because they looked sort of new. And then, the time that I actually reviewed this movie, I wish Renner was here so we could talk about it.
Hmm.
Excuse me. Uh, and then me and Gareth, man, we just had a bumpy week for video tasties, him and I. But yeah, I guess he got to talk to Danny Trujillo for an hour.
Oh,
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah, yeah, that is cool. I was happy to see that. Um, I have to go back and listen to that replay. I just, it's funny. I see those kind of bookings, and I just, I don't know. I like to, like when I talk, but I like to talk to Danny Trujillo, sure. Um, but I'm not really chasing that kind of interview anymore.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm chasing. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I mean, I got PR people wanting to work with me again. I got, I'm like, wow, okay. It's been a while since I've had that. I'm just trying to gear myself up for. Do I want to get back into doing the interviews full time? And I'm like, so far, I'm only just doing a handful, and
Yeah.
I'm all right with it. Um, we did talk to Jake C. Young, who is related to Clint Eastwood. He's like a cousin on how did he say it? It's like his mom and one of his relatives. I'm not, or his grandma and one of his relatives. Anyway, they're related. They're together,
Hmm.
and he's from. Oh my gosh, he looks just like him. He looks just like Clint. I was like, man, I was like, wow, him and Scott could actually do a movie together. I just thought it was really amazing considering they're so far apart. They're not immediate
Right.
family, but you see him and you go like, holy shit, he does look like Clint. But he doesn't trade on his name. That's why he's using the family name on his mom's side, Young. So,
Hmm.
but he made a movie um, called Soul's Chapel. And so I got to talk to him about that. I reviewed the movie. I think the movie shows promise, definitely. A little rough because there wasn't that much money. A little
Hmm.
rough, but definitely a director to keep an eye on. Definitely. I think the next movie he'll probably have a bigger budget, and I'm sure we'll see growth. I'm sure he'll be a much better director with a little bit more money.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Let's see. So yeah, you know what? Before we end or after we go off camera, I'm gonna have to get your number from you, and then you and I have to talk and set up a time
Oh,
so we
I
can
don't
do.
have a phone number, but we can contact for other ways for sure.
Okay. Are you on Facebook?
No, I am
No.
on Twitter and the Insta thingy, and I have an email.
Okay, we'll definitely do email. We'll do email.
Yeah, I
Because
just
we're
gotta
kind of
check it more. I gotta check the email more, but I can do email. Yeah.
yeah, because I want to do that Airwolf with you.
Yeah, my sleeping schedule is all messed up right now, so I gotta fix that so we
Uh,
can record at a decent time and not like right now.
oh my gosh, no, no. Wouldn't it be something? You know what? I would not put it. I would not put it past us to end up doing a recording at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, if you're
Uh,
gonna do it with anybody, I'm usually up at that time, so
well, I'm doing I'm doing a recording with Larry from Horror Dad, Larry for the Horror Dad, Cat Dad. So we're gonna be doing we're doing Briscoe County Junior. With
oh, I've heard that's Bruce Campbell.
yes, yes.
I've heard of that. I gotta
Oh
see that.
man, that show was so much fun, and it was that movie. You know what? They came. It ran. It got a rarity, in the fact that for a first season, that show got 30 episodes, and so Fox, it gotten a lot of acclaim. A lot of people liked it. It
Hmm.
was an expensive show to do, but everybody seemed to like it. So when Fox was going to renew the next season for their lineup, it came down to Briscoe and one other new show, and Fox chose the new show. And the new show that they picked over Briscoe County, and I'll be honest with you, it was a horrible trade off. It was like, wow, you gave up on Briscoe for this. Um, Married with Children.
I mean, Married with Children is a classic. That is a good show. I've seen it, but I think there was room for both. I've never seen the Bruce Campbell one, but it's a Bruce Campbell show.
And he didn't get very much. See, that's what I really feel bad about Bruce Campbell, because he's always got that popular. He's been very popular for a very long time, right? But other than the army, I mean, he finally got his break, so to speak, in terms of, like, he's been in a lot of different projects. But if you really think about it, like, he a lot of times he's just there for a movie, a cameo, like Sam Raimi, in the Spider-Man or whatnot. Um,
Mhm.
but he finally got himself a series, which was Briscoe County. So he finally got himself a series, but lost it after the first year. After that, then he came out, and thing is, though, that show, people like that show, they really do. Um, and and then he went ahead, then he got on Burn Notice, and he was really good in that. Burn Notice, Burn Notice was really good. Um, in fact, they thought so much of him on that show that they made a standalone movie of his character. He played Sam Axe,
Oh,
and I think
nice.
yeah, it was. I think it was called The Rise of Sam Axe, and it was basically the origin of his character. So Burn Notice ran for 7 or 8 years, and then of course, he did of course, then he had done the Evil Dead, and then Army of
Yeah.
Darkness. But then they came back and they decided they're going to make a series, and so they did it. They did Ash versus Evil Dead, which ran for 32 seasons. I mean, 32 episodes. But he just never really got the stardom that he deserved. You know?
Yeah, he was usually like, which I think is great about him is he's like a background character, but he would steal the show, like Hercules and Xena,
Right.
as like his Robin Hood mixed with kind of like Bruce Campbell, like Ash character. I forget his name. The Prince of Thieves, I think something. I forget his name. He had a crazy ass name, but and then he did another show I want to check out, Jack of Trades, but I don't think that
Oh,
really. I think that
that was
got
so
cut
much
short
fun.
too.
Yeah, I think that only lasted a year or two. A half-hour action and adventure show. That was a lot of fun. They paired that with Cleopatra 20 25 25.
Mm.
I actually have Cleopatra, but I never saw the Jack of Trades.
Yeah, I've heard of that one, but he's done some like Bubba Hotep. Bubba Hotep's great. Like that one, because it's like that one kind of sinks through the cracks, but people still bring it up, like as because
I,
it's like that's a crazy movie.
I think that actually might have been his best acting. Um, I tell you, the worst movie he ever did was My Name Is Bruce. Oh
I gotta see
God,
that.
that was god awful. I was like, man, this is terrible. um, but he had a cameo in one of my favorite Disney movies, um, which I know so many people were sitting there waiting for that sequel that never came, and that was Sky High.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen Sky High.
Sky High was the shit. God, it was just like this is so much fun. When will they make another one? And then you find out that it did okay. It made money, but it wasn't like a blockbuster like they thought they had. But oh my gosh, look at the people they launched from that. I mean, they lost a lot of careers from that movie.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of like there's like actors that kind of did like small roles in TV shows, like Daniel Panabaker's in that, and you know she did like Friday 13th remake, The Flash.
right,
She was a
right.
lot of TV actor.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot. I mean, of course, the one I remember more than anything is, of course, Michael Agrano.
Hmm.
He broke too. He ended up doing Forbidden Kingdom, which was a very good movie.
Hmm.
And then yeah, he did a lot of he's done a lot of dramas. And then of course, Mary Elizabeth Winstead probably was the biggest name that broke out of there.
Hmm.
And see who else is on there. Oh, Stephen Strait. He played War and Peace, and yeah, he came out. I think he played. I think he played Gambit in the Wolverine movie. I could be wrong about that. I think that's the same guy. Um,
Maybe. I think the guy that played Gambit in the Wolverine movie, didn't he do that Jack Carter movie? I think. Or I could be confusing all these people.
oh my gosh, yeah, John Carter of Mars.
Yeah, John
Yeah,
Carter, my bad. That movie
yeah.
was
I heard it was really not so good. Um, let's see. I'll bring it up here. Uh, let's see. Yes, the Sky High. I just kept on waiting for that to, kept on waiting for a sequel to be announced, and it never did. Came out in
Oh,
2005.
Ben Grimm says Farva from Super Troopers was the bus driver and Gambit was from Friday Night Lights. I don't know
Okay,
if he
so
means the movie or the show.
I'm not sure how this has happened, uh, uh, but Ben, I don't see you, man. I don't know what happened. I guess we got blocked from each other. I
Oh, what
never
the hell?
blocked you. I never blocked him. I never did. I don't know. All of a sudden, it's like all of a sudden I can't see him at all anymore. It's like, how'd that happen?
That is sometimes Google people because Google has blocked people from my chat too without my permission. And
Yeah, I don't. I'm never even. Yeah, I and I started noticing. I'm going like, man, I never. I don't think I ever made him angry because he never said anything to me. No, it's just all of a sudden it's like just gone. It's like, I see you. I don't see you, but I know you're in here because people acknowledge you, and I'm like, what happened? I have no
oh,
idea.
he says try doing all messages instead of top messages. And he said, "Why you blocked me?" That was funny. He's fucking around.
He thinks I did. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's
I think he's joking.
okay. So top chat. What am I supposed to do? Oh,
Just click on
likes.
top chat and go to all messages. See if that works.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Ah, there you are. Yep.
yeah, good. For some reason, chat wants to just show you top chat, and you got to switch it on to all messages, or you're gonna get like half the chat. I don't know why that's a thing.
Oh,
That seems counterproductive, but you know. Mm.
yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Farvo from Super Troopers was the bus driver. Yeah, that's right. Ron something or another. Bus driver. That's right. He ended up actually getting powers. Kevin Heffernan, Ron Wilson, bus driver. Let's see who else came on here. See, see, where is he? I know he's in here. War and Peace. I'll have to. God, I have to go to the all cast and crew. God, they don't even have one. They don't even have them listed. Let's see. War and Peace. Let's see. Let's see. Bruce Campbell played. Yeah, Stephen Strait. Yeah, he played. Let's see. Let's put on him, and I'll bring up. Yeah, I thought he played. I thought he played Gambit in one of the Wolverine movies.
Yeah, I think the only one with Gambit that I know of is the X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay.
Which that guy, I think he was in that movie that's kind of like the male version of The Craft, the Covenant. I think he's in the Covenant.
Oh,
I think that's him.
Okay. Let's see. I got Sky High was his first movie. Yep, he was in the Covenant. Played Caleb. Let's see, and then he was in. Okay, so maybe not. Yeah. Nope. I got him wrong. But he's going to be playing something called Operation Fastlink. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I got him wrong. I got him confused with him. Okay. That happens. Let's see. Tyler Keish was Gambit. Okay. Now that's not the. Now who's the guy that plays Superman then?
Which one?
From Lois Superman and Lois. Was that
Oh.
Tyler something or another? Maybe it was.
Tyler Hoechlin. He's from the Teen Wolf, the MTV Teen Wolf show.
Okay.
Yeah.
He actually made a pretty good Superman.
Yeah, I liked him. He was in Supergirl and stuff, and then he got his own show.
Yeah, I keep on hoping though. It's funny I keep waiting for that to happen at the library, that I'm going to run across some of those TV shows. Let's see, Ben mentioned Gambit is in Deadpool versus Wolverine, but it's the Magic Mike guy. Yeah, I know he's going to be there for the new Avengers movie. They gave him the role of Gambit. He really wanted that role so bad. He really campaigned hard for it. So I'm not surprised. I still have not seen I still haven't seen Wolverine and Deadpool yet.
Yeah, me neither. It's a newer one. I get to them eventually.
I just have really no desire to watch it because, I mean, this is the worst thing that happened to Wolverine was the fact that they made him such a joke that it was the only way they were going to be able to try to bring him into the universe, was they had to do it with Wolverine. Otherwise, it never would have worked. It just never would have worked. Then they had to come out with all the multiverses too. But they did it too. They made it too. They made here he is, talking to the fourth wall in all his movies, calling all the actors by their real names and all that other shit. It's like it was funny, but then all of a sudden you realize that you want to use that character inside the Marvel universe. Now you're screwed because no one's going to take him seriously. They're all going to laugh at the wrong time. We're going to have a dramatic moment between him and Doctor Doom, and the whole audience will be sitting there laughing their asses off. And that's not really what you're looking for. You're looking for a meaningful moment. But because everybody sees, Deadpool not being serious ever, yeah. I don't know how that one's going to go. I think they made a mistake and they recycled too many of these actors too often. It's like, wow, okay, so Robert Downey Jr. Okay, well, yeah, he was Tony Stark. Okay, well, he didn't they didn't give a chance for Tony Stark to decompose before they brought him back as Doctor Doom.
No, it's because Jonathan Majors got in trouble, and they're like, "Well, we lost Kang because even though we could just recast Kang, but they didn't want to do that, so they're like, oh, we lost Kang. What do? We fucked up. That's our big arc. Oh, we need Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom. Oh, wait, but we need to do bigger than that. We can't just announce. We got to do something bigger. Oh, let's make Robert Downey Jr. our biggest star, Doctor Doom." But when
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen was right there, by the way, I mean, I know he was already in it, but we're doing multiverse stuff. Just pretend
Right.
we can
I mean,
use our
why
imagination.
yeah, why couldn't you? I mean, because Mads Mikkelsen got pretty much tossed in a pretty thankless role. Nobody knew who his character was in Doctor Strange. Nobody.
Yeah, just some
The evil
B
guys.
character.
Yes, yeah. It was like that's something you see on a Marvel team up when it's a single issue. Doctor Strange and Spider Man, and they fight Caecilius, and it's over with by the end of the magazine.
Yeah, and maybe
That's
they
what
could
his
have done
level
that
was.
character justice, but they didn't give it. They didn't give that character time or growth. And half the time, I think he was talking in subtitles, and it just didn't help.
Hi, Emotional. How are you? Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Um, yeah, I just felt bad for I would have liked to seen him. I would have liked to seen what they should have done for him. For that Doctor Strange. They shouldn't have put Caecilius up there. I really would have liked to seen if you're going to give Doctor Strange somebody to fight, even though it would have been a little bit weird. But man, bring Doctor Druid up there. Let him go at it. I mean, he
Hmm.
was a headliner there for a minute. He led the Avengers for a couple of years. I mean, he was a character people know his character. But I mean, I'm sitting there going, Caecilius, man, I don't think that's a big enough villa for Doctor Strange. And turned out it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Doctor Druid, but he sounds like he has maybe more to him, or maybe they do him better.
Ben, look at Ben showing off his skills right here. Brother Voodoo would be great. Yes, if they ever did a Marvel Midnight, which they talked about, he'd be perfect for that. It was supposed to be a Moon Knight, Blade, Doctor Brother Voodoo. Um, man, that would have been cool if they could have got that going.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said it. They set it up with the Werewolf by Night special.
Yeah, they just. I don't even know if they're going to come back and bring back Moon Knight. I mean, Moon Knight it's a great character. I think maybe they went a little bit too far and making him too crazy. He had all these personalities and whatnot. I think they leaned into that a little bit too hard. I don't think he needed to have 32 personalities, but I mean he was pretty badass. They have a lot of great characters. I was hoping when they were going to do War Machine, they were going to do Armor Wars. And
Mhm.
well, for because they're going to borrow a War Machine for that storyline, because that story Armor Wars was hella cool, man. That was a good story. That was a good arc right there, and it also featured one of my favorite Marvel characters is Stingray. So I was really hoping that would take flight, and then that never happened. Um, yeah, Brother Voodoo. Yeah, I liked him a lot. Him and he and Doctor Druid were really good magic casters in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, Brother Voodoo's cool.
Yeah, yeah, Immortal. I mean, Doctor Strange has he had an interesting rogues gallery. And if you go back, if you're ever bored, just go to like comic covers and then type in
Hmm.
a hero. or a magazine, and then read it, like for the for like the Defenders. Like Doctor Strange originated the Defenders, and you look at all the covers, and you see all the different characters that Doctor Strange fought. I mean, that guy could fight anybody. Um, but I don't think he was quite on the. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think he was quite on the same level as Doctor Fate.
Oh
But
yeah.
he was in the zip code because Doctor Fate went nose to nose with the Spectre.
I mean, Doctor Fate's got that helmet, dude. That helmet is like crazy.
Yeah, and that was I remember seeing that battle between Fate and the Spectre. I mean, it was very well intentioned, but I mean, the Spectre is the most powerful. He's the most powerful character in either universes, Marvel and or
Yeah,
DC.
one of them. You got him, and you got like the presence, and I don't know. They keep creating new gods. It's a lot.
That was really what frustrated me about. Okay, so this was really strange. It's like they went ahead and this is what got me. It got me with this too because they tried to do this with us with a Supergirl too. So
Yeah.
there's NBC, and they decided that they're gonna get caught up in that. They're gonna go ahead and do a superhero series of their own. So they come up with Constantine.
Oh
So
yes, yes.
they go,
I love
yes, they
that
went ahead
show.
and they went ahead and cast Matt Ryan. Um, they defanged him a little bit. It wasn't until a little bit later on that fans were sitting there going like, "Can you make his character more like his character?" Because one of the things the NBC did not want to be seen doing when that was promoting smoking, as we know, that Constantine, that's his vice.
He,
And for like the
he did
first
smoke.
yeah, I think for like the first 5 or 6 episodes, I think they showed him smoking like once or something like that. Then after that, for the rest of the series, he did not a lot, but enough to establish that he smoked. So that's Constantine. But one of the things that really got me was the fact that they introduced Jim Corrigan,
Yes,
and
the
I was
Spectre.
like, oh, I was just sitting there going, oh, this is awesome. And then then all of a sudden, then you hear, well, they're going to cancel the show. And then you go like, oh, that just sucks.
Yeah,
And the thing
we
about it
were
is, though,
so close.
yes, because no one, I mean, even in the Brave and the Bold, and that had, that was the cartoon that ran for
Yeah.
3 years, and the Spectre was on it one fucking time, once. It was just like, why, what is it about you guys can't? I mean, nothing in Justice League, nothing in Justice League United, Unlimited, nothing. You know, the Thangarians are invading Earth. Oh, okay, you got this. The Spectre. You got this. No, we don't get that. We get one. We get one appearance. And then we get. I think we get another appearance on. I'm not sure. Yeah, we get one more appearance with Gary Cole during the Shazam, Superman Shazam, or Shazam Superman Return of Black Adam, and they had a short story which had the Spectre in it. But that's it. I've only seen the Spectre twice in animated form, and then we got him on the Constantine show for I think his character popped up in 2 of the 13 episodes.
Yeah. And they were setting it up like he was going to become the Spectre maybe in season 2 or 3, and then that he would come back. And it sucks because that show, look, is it the greatest version of Constantine? No, but I think in some ways it's closer than the Keanu Reeves version. I just think I wish it went darker because the problem with Constantine is he's not evil, but he's not like a hero either. He's a bastard. He's not a terrible. I don't want him to be an evil guy, but I don't want him to be clean cut. And I feel like the show did a decent walking the line with that. But then there was an episode where I think they did a good line of showing him as a bastard, where he gets the guy to put the bugs inside of him, but the bug demon. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
But the problem is, in the comics, he totally like tricked that guy into doing that. He like manipulated the guy. The guy didn't want to. In the show, it was more like that guy's choice. And I'm like, I wish in the show he would have manipulated him into doing it and not be that guy's choice, but he still feels bad about it, but he needs to do it.
Well, you know, they really because you know I really like the idea of Matt Ryan, and you know what's funny is like, you know, if you ask me today, who would you want to see play Constantine, Matt Ryan or Keanu Reeves, I would tell Keanu Reeves to, you know, take a seat. You know, I really would. I mean, the fans really like Matt Ryan. They'd rather see Matt Ryan as Constantine. I mean, there's a lot of people that sat there and said, you know, I like Keanu, but wow, you know what? And he did a good job, and you know who else did a good job? And I'm bummed out that his character got it, but I actually thought that was one of the rare times that Shia LaBeouf was actually pretty decent. I liked this character. Chaz. I like this character a lot. And I like Keanu too, because he talks. I've noticed that with Keanu Reeves, it's like you really think about it. He really doesn't talk that much in his movies. It's a weird thing, but he doesn't really have deep conversations. Like even in the Matrix, it was always Morpheus giving all the speeches, you know. It was never Keanu Reeves getting up there and saying, "This, so you know, we're not going to fall this day. This is not our, you know, not this day." You know, to give the hero speech, it was always Lawrence Fishburne. It never was Keanu. And the same thing with John Wick. Every John Wick movie came out, the Keanu spoke less. He spoke less. And when you hear him speak, like against in The Devil's Advocate, when he's going to get against Al Pacino, he's so fucking overmatched. I mean, he's just overmatched. There's just not the same power behind, you know, in his speaking like Pacino. And it's not just a lack of experience, because Keanu Reeves has been in some big fucking movies.
Yeah.
Big movies.
I think Keanu Reeves, from what I haven't seen all his movies, but from what I've seen, he's not a bad actor. But I don't think he's the strongest actor, but he just kind of works. Like, he's good at playing he's good at becoming characters. He's good at becoming John Wick. He's good at being, is he Bill or Ted? One of them. He's, you know, the Bill or Ted guy. Like Johnny Utah. He's good at those characters. I don't like The Matrix, so I'm not going to give that one a bonus. But, yeah, it's just, he's good with certain characters, but I don't think he's the strongest actor, but there's something to him.
Oh, of course. But
he's got a presence.
I thought he did okay in Constantine, you know. I thought he did. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, then you see Matt Ryan come in there and play the role, and you realize that, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Keanu Reeves has the range of a stove.
Well, they Americanized Constantine. They made him mopey. They made him more stoic. They made him like he would have conversation, but also, and I get in the Constantine show, he's like falling in love with the girl too. But I think they made the Constantine the movie a little bit too safe. I'm like, we should not feel safe around Constantine. He will backstab not everybody, but if there's a way to beat this demon, and it involves you dying, he might do it. He might feel really bad about it, but he'll do it. Then he'll get drunk in a sewer later with a hobo, and then say like, "Oh, I feel really bad about this. I killed my friend." But like, that's Constantine.
I would love to see. I would like to see. I really would. I mean, I'm not sure. You know, obviously they're talking about Keanu doing it. The fact is, though, it's like. You know, he speaks and they'll do it. You know, this box office, you know, is like, okay, and it's like, wow, you know, if he was really looking out for the character and the franchise, he would acknowledge that, I'll be a producer, I'll still be in it. I can play a different role or what have you, but I mean, Matt Ryan would be the man you really want to use. I mean, and you want to use him before he ages out. That's the thing too about a lot of these heroes. Well, a lot of these heroes is they age out. They're not,
Yeah.
they don't, Peter Parker's been Peter Parker for, since for what, 80 years now. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, he's always been 17, between 16 to 19 for the most part, before they aged him up in the comics. But you think about all the comic book characters, they don't age.
Hmm.
Oh my god, it actually makes you laugh for a minute if you look at the comic book covers like I mentioned, and you sit there and you look at Batman, right? And you see all the different magazines,
Hmm.
a character gets popular. Batman's in like 5 magazines, and you sit there and you look at him going like, when does that guy ever have time to take a shit?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Ben says, do you like the Sandman show? I have never seen that, the Neil Gaiman one. I read some graphic novels, but I've never saw the show.
I didn't get to it, but I do know that a descendant, that it's pretty much John Constantine but gender swap, but it's like a descendant of his. But I'm interested to see how they play with that because I like the actresses from Doctor Who. She played Clara, so I think that's interesting. And I do want to watch the Sandman show at some point.
I think I'm not sure if it got. Well, I think it did get canceled
I th-
because
I think it got canceled, right? Because Neil Gaiman, he did some bad things. I don't know what he did, but he did something.
well, I think he cheated on his wife for one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Amanda Palmer. Oh my gosh, why would you do that? She loved him. God, and wow, he came over there. I mean, he's no winning catch look wise, but she loved his creativity, and they fell in love. And she talked him up so much when she was doing her social media, and all of a sudden, then she finds out that he's been cheating on her almost from day one. Um, yeah, I was gonna say Constantine's relatives on the show. Oh, that would be cool as hell. Now I know they did that too. I guess McFarlane, he lost actually. Speaking of Neil Gaiman, um, I think Neil Gaiman beat Todd McFarlane in court for the use the creative. He created the character Angela in Spawn, and then Neil Gaiman ended up taking that character after he won it in court, and he ended up giving it to Marvel or sell it to Marvel, and they retconned Angela as being part of Thor's family.
damn.
Yeah, Angela was badass. That was yeah, Angela. That was always a treat when she popped up. It's like, damn, all right. Uh, yeah, that's a cool thing right there. Did you see that war the War and Apocalypse? Did you see that one? That movie?
The DC one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Apocalypse War. Yeah, I saw the anime
Oh,
movie. Yeah,
dude, that movie was everything the Avengers wanted to be, but didn't
that
have the
movie was
guts to do it.
crazy.
Oh, that movie was insane. My mouth was dropped when I watched that. I couldn't get over that. Man, that was just absolutely one of the best. That might have been my favorite DC animated movie ever. And and damn, that ending was dark as hell. You see the Flash take off, and you're like, he's running, and you know that all those people behind them, everybody there is dead. Dude, that was dark
Yeah.
as hell.
Start anew. It's the only way. We're all gonna die, but maybe he can find another world with us in it, and we can start anew.
Right,
He
right.
can just start over the timeline or something.
Was it the Flashpoint? Yeah, Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flashpoint paradox. Man, I thought the other one they did was the Two Worlds, Justice League, the Two Worlds, and they had a Batman and Owlman
Oh
battling
yeah.
dude, that was dark as hell too. It's like DC is on fire these days, and and like they're fighting, and then there's a Owlman says it just doesn't matter for getting blasted into nothingness. But that was a
Yeah, I
dark ass
love
movie too.
that has one of Batman's coldest lines where he's like, "You know the difference between you and me? When you looked into the void, you blinked."
Well, how about when Batman said they needed the speed to make the machine work, and
Mhm.
he sacrificed that other team's speedster. He says, "You're not." He says, "I'll do it." The Flash says, "I'll do it," and Batman says, "No, you're not fast enough." He is. He knew what was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
And he says, "Stop!" And he's dead. He's just nothing there. It's like you knew that. Well, I suspected it. Fuck that. You knew damn well that was going to
You
happen.
knew. You
Yeah,
know.
Batman can be cold at times, man. He's
Yeah.
ruthless. And I appreciated that on I appreciated that, and for the DC, it's like not afraid to go there, as far as that goes. I mean, the war on Apocalypse. I mean, the Apocalypse War. That I watched that. I'm just sitting there, and then, dude, man, I don't know about you, but man, I choked up, man, for watching Shazam. When he's fighting, and he finally gets
Mhm.
that last desperate Shazam, before he gets killed. And it's like, damn, they fucking killed him.
Yeah,
I,
they murdered so many people, and I get it. There was a little bit of favoritism because they made Harley Quinn one of the last people standing, and I get that's kind of that. But I kind of like that the Suicide Squad was some of the last people, because
yeah.
like who's gonna be down to murder more than villains?
Oh, right, right.
Like they're used to this.
Batman can beat anything with prop time. Yeah, yeah, that's what everybody says. Everybody says that. It's like, yeah, but quite honestly, I mean, it just cracks me up. I'll be honest with you. I love Batman. Okay, Batman is definitely one of my very favorite heroes. But honest to God, having him, actually beating, having him beat Superman, it's just not realistic. I mean, everybody counts on Superman being a Boy Scout, but if Superman's not a Boy Scout, he has no chance. None. Ever. On any planet.
I mean, if
I mean,
Superman chooses to be evil, then he's kind of fucked. But Superman is a
yeah.
human at heart, so he'll always be
Yeah.
cool.
I know that, the return of Batman when he's fighting he's old man Bruce Wayne is fighting Superman. But there's Superman over and over and over, just pulling his punch, pulling his punch, pulling his punch. It's like all he has to do is just super freeze his ass or heat vision. It's like you're not gonna be able to stand up to that. Did you see Superman? Did you see Injustice?
I know the game. I haven't seen the animated movie, but I know the story. I've read some of the comics of it in the cartoon or the game,
So
not the
so
cartoon.
Superman, he gets tricked into killing Lois and their baby. So he
Hmm.
snaps, he goes crazy. And so they're having a meeting and they're talking about what they're going to do to take over the world or whatnot. And then Shazam stands up there and says, well, maybe we shouldn't do that or whatnot. And then Superman turns around and lasers his eyes. He visions him right through his head. He kills him right there. And
Hmm.
Shazam's a magic user. But
And
that
a
just shows you
child.
that just shows you how Superman at a blink of an eye could turn around and vaporize Batman. I don't care how long he has time to prep. If Superman turns that heat vision on his ass, it's game over. Yes, humans can't. Well, humans are the most evil. But
True.
it just makes like when during Batman versus Superman and Batman saying, "I wonder, do you bleed, dude?" If that guy wanted to, he could pick. We saw this. If he wanted to, he could pluck you from that little Batmobile and then give it and crush the Batmobile and give it to you in a square. You could carry your ass home. you know?
Yeah, that movie was a snooze fest.
Yeah, I didn't like that too much. I hated Abrams Justice League. Oh my god, that thing was a car crash. That was a car crash.
I
Um,
didn't mind the Justice League movie. I think the Zack Snyder one is better, but I didn't mind it. It was fun for what it was. I did not like that Batman v Superman though. I
oh
gotta
my god,
rewatch it, but I couldn't stand it.
dude! Everybody in the theater. I'm not even kidding you, Trenchy. When that scene came out with Doomsday, uh, you can hear people in the theater going like, "Oh, look, they brought it. They brought a rock troll with the line from Lord of the Rings." Everybody in the whole fucking theater was saying it. It made me laugh.
That
They brought a
Doomsday
rock troll.
was
Yeah.
that Doomsday was fucking terrible, fucking terrible. And then you have me sitting here
Oh,
for the movie where I'm either bored out of my mind or I'm seeing Superman kill people, and I'm just like, what is this movie? And it's just, I don't know. We got fucking Jesse Eisenberg over here being
oh,
being fucking what's it, the Riddler or some other character like
I
fucking
don't know.
Toy Man, but he's Lex Luthor, and it's like
The only thing I can think of about Jesse Eisenberg was, it's like, he must have did it for the paycheck. He
hell
had to
yeah.
know. He had to know that he was outmatched. He's no Lex Luthor. You have to be a special kind of. There's just one thing that worked in his favor was he was just too fucking young. He looked like a college kid. No, no, no. They should have brought back Rosenbaum for that if they really
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
it.
the best Lex Luthor. I haven't seen the
Ever.
new one, so I'm not judging Nicholas Hoult, but the best Lex Luthor I've seen in live action is Michael Rosenbaum.
Nicholas Holt had the same problem as Jesse Eisenberg. No, just no. I mean, when I saw him, I'm like, no, these no. And then how about James Gunn with that with the new Supergirl? It's like you had one already. You had a Supergirl. I love Sasha Calle as Supergirl. I thought she was the best part. Um, well, just seeing Keaton again in Batman. But I thought she was the best part of the Flash movie. And then they
I
killed her
didn't
off.
watch The Flash.
Oh, she was good in it. Oh, guys, the movie's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's
I'll
like,
watch
wow,
it eventually, but I have a few problems with it.
yeah.
Besides Ezra Miller, because I knew Ezra Miller was a crazy person since I was in middle school. That's always been a thing. That's always, but like, you don't, the first Flash movie you do is not Flashpoint. You do two movies leading up to that. It's the third movie, or even a fourth movie, if you
I don't
really
know
want to
what.
stretch it.
I really don't understand why they spent all that time, all that money establishing the Arrowverse, and then turn around and have a great Flash, and then don't use them. I just don't. I just never got that. I was like, why aren't you using Gustin? Why? He's this is he got the he wouldn't even be here in this position if it wasn't for him and the Flash show. I mean,
Yeah,
sure, the TV show was hampered by budget, but I mean, at least they fucking tried.
yeah.
I'll give them that.
It had
Um,
writing issues, especially towards the end and stuff, and I get Grant isn't like a perfectly accurate Barry Allen, but I think he got the spirit of Barry Allen, and he was very
yeah,
likable in that role. Something that Ezra just didn't. His Flash was okay, just judging just on the Flash by itself. It was okay, but I feel like Barry's was more relatable because Ezra, I don't know, they were trying to make the Flash like, I don't know, like a introvert, or I'm like, they were trying to do something with him, but I don't think they nailed what they were trying to do with him.
No, no, that was just it was a bad idea to bring him back. They should have just fucking scratched it and scratched the movie and started over with Grant Gustin. They should have just did that. And you know, hell, you fucking buried a a Batwoman movie without by not even blinking, and then you're
Which
trying
is
to say,
bullshit, by the
yeah,
way.
like,
I don't care if it wasn't played by an accurate actress. I don't care. I want to see it. It looks interesting. Apparently, Brendan Fraser as Firefly had like a cool dramatic arc. I want to see how. Give me a chance to judge her on her own merits on the film. If I don't like her as Batgirl, I'll say it. But let me see so I can judge. I don't even have a trailer to judge.
I thought Melissa Benoist did pretty good as Supergirl. You know what I really liked about her portrayal was she was glad to do it. She was glad to be there. She every day, and considering her personal life was going to shit, the fact that she still came to the set every day and she had a lot of joy in Supergirl, which I'm sure by that time she was, that was her escape. But I don't think they wrote the best for her. I thought a lot
No.
of the lines they wrote for her were really cheesy, but she was very earnest and she gave it her go, and she looked like a Supergirl. I liked her Supergirl. I mean, it's not my favorite one is Laura. Laura Vandersloot from Smallville. I liked her. That was my favorite Supergirl. But I thought Melissa did fine.
Yeah, it's a different take on Supergirl than what she usually is. Like, Supergirl's usually a rebel, but this one was acclimated to Earth more, so she was more like Clark. But I was fine with that, and I thought when we got to the season, I think it was season 3, her versus Rain, I really liked that story. Maybe it didn't stick the landing perfectly, but I thought that was a good story for her, especially when she gets her ass beat in one of the episodes, but she keeps trying to like protect the people. She gets back up until she can't walk anymore. Like, I thought that was great.
Ben's mentioning, did you see the episode where Ezra meets Grant's Flash? Yeah, when they did they were doing the Anti-Monitor storyline. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
Crisis.
that was so fucking ambitious. You gotta hand it to them for that. I mean, there's no way in hell they could have did that story, but they
They,
tried. They
they
really tried.
tried. They had
Uh,
fun cameos. Like, you had
oh,
what was his name? Burt, the original Robin from the '66. Burt
right,
West or
66
something.
Yeah, Burt Ward from 66
Burt,
Batman.
yeah,
They had Lucifer. That
yeah.
was cool. Then Lucifer popped up. Who else did they have in there? They had Brandon Routh as both Superman and the Atom.
Hmm.
Uh,
You even
let's
had
see.
Birds of Prey. They even gave
Yeah,
Birds of Prey a bone. That TV series. They're like, hey,
how about that? Yeah, that's right. Ashley Scott and Dina Meyer and Rachel Scarston. I think she ended up doing another series where she played a villainess.
mm.
I'm not sure what happened to Ashley Scott, but Dina's still working. I got that. I got that too. I got Birds of Prey, but I think everybody has Birds of Prey. Quite honestly, that's I used to see that series all the time at Walmart and at Big Lots. They're and Target. They're selling it for anywhere between $7.50 and $10. I got mine for $10. Yep. And I got Constantine too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep, I
I
got
love
that.
that show.
Yeah, they sent that to me when Warner was still servicing writers. I got that to review. Oh man, those yeah. But I got so many missing DC. I still need 3 at Smallville. I
Hmm.
still need still need Titans. I still need I think I got one season of Titans. I got seasons of Stargirl, Black Lightning. I still got to finish the Arrow. I mean, there's so many holes.
Yeah.
Um, mm. I like Smallville. I thought Smallville was good. I was bummed out but I understand he got hurt, so I think it's the reason why he left with Michael Rosenbaum. But he's definitely my favorite Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I love Smallville. I get it has problems, and I get it's more of a teenage drama, Buffy type
Yeah.
deal than Super. But I thought it. I love it. I think it's a great show.
I thought it was really smart how they introduced all the characters. You know, they
Hmm.
recognize that, who they are. I mean, for one thing, I'm sure when they started the show, they're probably looking at a 5-year run. Hopefully they're getting past the first year, but they're trying to get past, to the 5-year run. To the 100 episode mark.
Hmm.
Um, but all of a sudden, then something happened, and all of a sudden, it's just like people still want to see it. Maybe the crowd shrinks a little bit every season, but the people that are there are very, very rabid about it. They're very much into it, and again, it's one of those things where it's like this is one thing that a studio could to me, it's one of the reasons why physical media is important. Is the fact that you could track and see how well physical media does of that particular show. Gives you an idea where it's going to go, what people are buying
Hmm.
it, and how much are they buying it. I mean, and streaming is, yeah, well, we could keep track of how many times they pick it up. Yeah, but you know what, it's not going to be the same because people watch streaming, and then I'll start watching an episode, and then I go away from it. It's like it's not a
Hmm.
concrete number. It's like, well, and how do you decide that? With the physical media, it's like it's physically you can see that you sold 1 million copies of Smallville this year. You put 1,500, you put 1.5 million copies on the shelves, and you sold 1 million. You know how much
Hmm.
money, so yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Uh, uh, yeah, well, I know the boys ended. I got the first season of that show. I haven't watched the end of. I think Invincible's amazing too.
Oh, I haven't seen
Invincible,
Invincible. I saw the first two seasons of The Boys, and I loved it. I got to see
yeah.
the next few. Um.
Now the guy who played Homelander, his name's
Hmm.
Anthony Starr. He did a show that I want to see more than I want to see the boys. He did a
Hmm.
show before the boys called Banshee. Dude, Trenchy, man, that show is the bomb.
I
Um,
hear, I
man,
hear Banshee and Justified. Those two shows, I confuse them, but I hear those two shows are bangers.
and there's one other banger too from Australia,
Ooh.
Mr. In Between.
Oh yeah, Marty talked about that one. Yeah.
Oh my god, that show is off the chain. I got lucked into finding the first season of that show. I think it only ran for 3 or 4 years, 3 or 4 seasons. I think they made like 24 or 28 episodes of it overall.
Hmm.
But I got the first season of it, and it's only 6 episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that on RetroTube, because I've been sitting on that one, but I've seen the clips on. That's how I found out about it. Was I saw the clips on YouTube, and I'm going,
Yeah.
I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is fucking violent as hell. And then I saw the previews I saw the clips on Banshee too, and I didn't even recognize that guy the hell that's playing Homelander. I was like, I wonder who that guy is, and all of a sudden it's Anthony Starr, and I'm like, oh shit, he's in Banshee then. Oh, okay. Yeah, but Mr. In Between, oh shit, dude. I honest to God, I would try to find some way to bring that character and put him with the Punisher, and then step away. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's some shit right there.
A show that only got 2 seasons. I don't know if I've seen the second one. I've definitely seen a lot of the first one. Was it was really good. Happy. It's like this guy's trying to get his daughter. I think his daughter's kidnapped by an evil Santa and has to team up with her imaginary friend who's like a blue unicorn.
Oh,
I think it's called Happy or like some sort of unicorn. It's a crazy show.
these fucking streamers, man, they just take the joy out of it. You know, it's like, man, how come you just have to? I don't. It doesn't hurt anybody for you to support a medium like that. I mean, it just doesn't support. You're making enough money as it is. I mean, fucking a.
It takes
I mean,
money
like,
away from us. But I'm like, yeah, but if you pick the right show, like here's the thing: if you pick a show and you release some of this stuff, you'll make bank. Like I was saying with WWE right now, I don't really like their product, but if they start putting like the older stuff on DVDs again, or like their ECW or WCW, and I get that's maybe that's a very niche audience, but I'm like, try it one time and see what happens. I assure you that you might make bank if you take a risk.
I think they, there's people are not they for a lot of times they say, well, people stop buying social media or physical media. It's like, well, a lot of times it's because it wasn't there. Like this one guy, he's a little bit of a rabble rouser, and he's sitting there today. He's going like, physical media, it's dying, and it's like it's not dying. What it is, it's like it's just not getting. They're not putting it in enough stores. It's still being
Yeah,
sold, but you have to look for it.
I
I don't
seen a
mind.
few videos of like that yesterday or today.
Yeah, it's just like to me, I'm just in one sense, I'm like, please do, please keep saying that because every time you do, I benefit from it. When people sit there and say, like, because a lot of people they can't get any money, they can't get anything for their movies, like go to the pawn shop or yard sale and shit. They're not getting their money from those places. Hell,
Mhm.
donate it to the library. I'm here. I'll be happy to buy your shit for a quarter a piece. Um, let's see. He watched the first season. Patton Oswalt played the unicorn.
Yeah, that show was fun.
Patton Oswalt also played in Agents of Shield.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Uh, Man, that was one show I had high hopes for.
Hmm.
Oh, the first episode, the first fucking episode. I mean, they're name dropping. I mean, they are Easter egg and name dropping in the first episode. And man, just so jazzed up, so freaking ready for this. And then nothing. just just nothing. It was just like, and and it's funny, it's like it lasted for 7 years. It lasted for 7 years. And honest to God, and I mean, I don't mean this in any disrespect, but I never hear anybody talk about that shit. I've never heard anybody talk about that. The storylines they got into, I mean, how Smallville did it. Smallville did it right. Agents of
Hmm.
Shield, that was a car crash over and over and over. I was just like, wow, you guys just can't get it right. This is a
I
pro. This is a pro. It was a problem of this is when you could tell, and I haven't seen the Eternals yet, but I heard from the director saying, I didn't know who they were. Well, you know
Mhm.
what? That's sort of like, to me, it's like, wow. Before you sign on to make a movie about heroes like that, or story, characters, it would be really behoove you to know who the characters you're going to be directing. Now, I personally, I mean, the problem I had with the Eternals was right off the bat in the trailer, where they're sitting there saying like, "We're here to protect humans," and the first thing people said, and the first thing people were going like, "Well, if that's the case, where the fuck were you when Thanos was kicking ass?" And I think that
Yeah.
with that right there, I think that really cost them all the momentum in that movie, because it was a legitimate question fans were asking. It's like we've been here for thousands of years to protect humans. We just lost half our planet. Where were you? And I
Yeah.
just think they put them in a really bad spot. Um, and I felt bad for them. And of course the spinoff off the or trying to spin off the X-Men or the Agents of Shield. They try to do that in Humans. That was rushed. That was horrible.
They didn't
Uh,
they didn't understand what they were doing, because Inhumans is interesting, but it has a lot of layers to it, and they kind of dumbed
yeah.
it down. And like
Yes.
Eternals too. Eternals should have been a TV show. You're introducing gods that have existed for like hundreds of years in one movie, like 2 hour movie. Like that's not gonna do very well unless you write it very good, like
No,
really good.
they had no chance. I mean, you're
Hmm.
right. If they would have made a mini series out of that, like on a Disney Plus series today, if they would have did like a WandaVision on that with the Eternals, they could have explained what happened to them when Thanos hit. Like they could have been off planet. They could have been like sleeping. They could have been like
Yeah,
watching movies. But to sit there, the trailer, and sit there and say we protect humanity, and it's like, yeah, that's not gonna. No one's buying that shit. Not
yeah.
buying it.
Have
Um,
like 6 or 7 episodes. Make an episode about one Eternal. Show their backstory, interesting stuff about them, and then in the last episode, like freeze them or something.
right.
A little bit more
Or
complicated than that,
if
but
they would or even better yet, like for the Inhumans. I mean, if they could have just took their time out,
hmm
maybe they would have gotten 10 episodes for that first 10 episodes. Maybe that would have happened. If they could have done it right and correctly and taken their time, guess what? Now you're going to see them pop up in Fantastic Four, because they're Fantastic Four. That's where the humans come from. They didn't come from fucking Shield. They came from the Fantastic Four.
hmm
And it's like, yeah, you need to put them over there. The Eternals were Thor. That's where the Eternals came from. They came from the pages of Thor. Um, it's like, yeah, they just tend to just try to, they get something big and they try to rush it. And a lot of times people don't know what they're writing about. Agents of Shield. Uh,
It's
they had
interesting because
what
they've.
did they have? They had Count Nefaria. I'm
Mhm.
sitting there watching them like, this is Count Nefaria. Oh God, I'm just like, and the thing is, so too, Trenchy, is that when I was
Mhm.
on X, and when the Shield came out in the middle of the first season, I actually got into a discussion with Clark Gregg on Twitter. I mean, him and I were talking publicly, and we were talking about it, and I was sitting there saying, I love the show, but we need costumes. That's the first thing I said to him, was like,
Yes.
we need costumes. That's what we're here for. We're not here. You're not here for non-costume characters. We're here to. I don't care if they're street level. We just want to see people in fucking costumes.
You I want to play out. You know what frustrated me so much, and I like the series, but Hawkeye. They were doing Hawkeye, and in the show, she's drawing the original costume of Hawkeye, and then at the end, she gets cosplayers or LARPers to make the costume for him. And I'm like, yes, he's gonna wear the original costume. He's gonna wear the original costume. It's gonna happen because this makes sense in the universe. I get before it was a real assassin wouldn't wear that, but I'm like, yes, this makes perfect sense. Give him the costume. And they
Yeah,
do, and it's lame. It's very toned down. It's more
yeah,
colorful than his original, but it's toned down. No mask, which I wasn't expecting the mask, but I would have liked it. But I'm like, you just gave yourself the perfect excuse. You just teased us. You just teased the
yeah.
fuck out of us, you bastards.
They only
Hated
had
that.
one, and out of the 7 years. they only had the one arc that was truly great, and that was the Ghost Spider. That was it. That's all they had. Deathlock looked horrible. Absorbing Man looked terrible. Fuck. I mean, okay, you got the Absorbing Man. Can you spend a couple more dollars and bring in the whole fucking Wrecking Crew for a couple episodes? But then again, if you do, but in a way they couldn't do that because it's like, okay, like there's nobody on your team that's super powered. I guess they made Quake into a mutant toward the end.
Well, the Inhumans were their mutants, so that's how they were kind of getting away with that. They were like, "Oh, Inhuman," which I do like Agents of Shield, but mainly for the Ward storyline. I really liked Ward and his whole story.
Yes, I thought that was really daring what they did. They made him into a traitor. I thought that was pretty daring. But I was waiting for them to because they described her character as the Cavalry, and I was waiting for them to make May into a especially when she picked up Lady Sif's sword. When she did it, I'm like, you're going like, oh fuck yeah, she's gonna be the muscle of the team. She's gonna be the strong one. She's gonna be able to we can't get the jet out of the water, May. That's what we were hoping for, but no, we didn't get that at all. She's just a normal human, and I guess she had it's just like when it's like when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer. Theoretically he should not be able to do that, but he was, and I guess the same thing with Lady Sif's sword. Not really supposed to be able to pick that up, but she was able to do it. But that was just a waste.
Well,
at the end,
it just sucked because that show could have been good, and they were throwing shit at the wall back then because they did Inhumans, and then they did Agent Carter, which I never watched, but Agent Carter did have 2 seasons.
I heard Agent Carter actually was really good.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I can't judge it, but it's just one of those shows that kind of disappeared. I don't even know how you can watch that now, what happened to it, but
I don't even know. I'm not even sure if it got a release. Let me see if it's on. Let me see.
God, I don't know if it's still on Disney Plus or if you got it pirated or
what. I just want to know if it got a DVD release. That's the only thing I care about. I mean, if it did, then that means we have a chance of getting that.
Agent Carter, like they nobody talks about that one, but that's one they did, and Inhumans and Agents of Shield was somehow the one that got like 7 seasons or whatever you said, 5 or 6, a lot.
So let's see. Yes, Agent Carter received physical media releases primarily as an American Amazon exclusive sets. Oh, season 1 released on DVD and Blu-ray, while season 2 saw limited physical media release, often in UK imports, and complete series Blu-ray sets have also been introduced. I could understand that on the UK because of Haley Atwell. So yeah, it's just released in the US as an Amazon exclusive on DVD and Blu-ray around 2015. Less a widespread physical release compared to season 1. Yeah, due to their exclusive nature, these can be difficult to find or expensive, sometimes requiring region-free players if importing the UK versions. So it's still out there. You just have to hope that you can find it, stumble across it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like a lot of those slip through the cracks. It's like Agent. I gotta check it out because you said that you heard it was good, because I always kind of put it with like Pennyworth because it's like taking a side character, but Pennyworth I'm pretty sure was a money laundering scam because that had like 7 seasons and nobody watched that.
What Pennywise?
No, Pennyworth, the Alfred TV show they
Yeah,
made.
I think that one only got 2 seasons, and I own the first season.
Oh,
That was yeah.
I thought that was longer for some reason. I thought that had like a bunch of seasons, but I'm like, who is watching this? Is this a money laundering scheme?
Well, maybe it did. I know the Krypton got 2 seasons.
Yeah, Krypton did.
Let's see. Let me see if I want to see if the Inhumans got a physical release. I can't imagine it though. I just can't. But let's see. Uh, let's see. Okay, let's see. Yes. And Inhumans Project received a DVD release. Because that's not the right one. Let's see. Let's see. However, the live action 2017 ABC series Marvel's Inhumans did not receive a widely available physical release due to poor reception. But live action, yeah. So basically, for that, you need. I tell you one thing with the lack with what's going on, and I saw this with a creator, because Jim from Jim's Movies channel, he did his haul video for the last month, and one of the things that he got was he got a copy of he got bootleg copies of 3 movies, including the coffee table, but he got bootlegs. They look fine. They look fine. But I'm telling you, if they start doing this shit like this, that's what's gonna really blow. That's what's really gonna blossom again is bootlegging.
Oh, of course. Whenever you try to keep something from the people are gonna look at the 20s with the bootleggers with the alcohol. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I think that's another reason why. Holy cow. Okay. Thank you. YouTube confuses the hell out of me. It really it really confuses me. It's like it'll sub freeze me, and then then all of a sudden next thing you know it starts moving again. It's like how come we just can't keep it moving every day? All right. Just checking the numbers. Yeah. So we did our Highlander show. That did pretty well. I was like, okay, that was hot. Thanks. But I'm doing a Scooby Doo.
Oh, nice! I love Scooby Doo.
I've already done. How many? I think I reviewed like 5 or 6 Scooby Doos already. It's like, yeah, I love it. So I said, well,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do RetroTube because like I found the first and second season that came together, and it dropped at the library. So I got that for 50 cents, and so I said, well, you know what? I would like to do a cartoon because I've done cartoons before. So that's what I did. I did a Scooby Doo. It comes out a week from tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But no, I some of these shows like that. I mean, it's Ben saying here, I really like Doom Patrol too.
Hell yeah.
I got the first season of that. You know where? Damn it. So I got the first season of that at the library. That show is really spicy, man. That show is spicy. But it's an interesting show. Really interesting show.
It's emotional. It's deep. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's got very odd. Like you said, there's a lot of sex stuff in it, but I can actually look past that because it's actually some of that shit's actually funny.
Did you see? Wow. Okay, so The Brave and the Bold came out as a cartoon. It ran for 3 seasons.
Cartoon Network.
The second season is the best by far. That is one of the most adult cartoons I've ever seen put in a child cartoon spot. They had the Doom Patrol. They had a guest star with Batman, and at the
Mhm.
end of it, they all died, just like in the
So-
comic book. And I was like stunned. I was like, "You're kidding me? That's crazy!" But they had the Doom Patrol living up to their name. I think they had to stop a nuclear bomb or something like that. I think they were able to move it off to like some sort of deserted island, but they all died. Uh, I don't know how they come back. That's the only thing I don't know. But I do know whenever they do a mission, a lot of times they don't come back.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Brendan
Brave and the
Fraser.
Bold was fun.
God, do you know they canceled that because the sponsorship Mattel was? I think it was supposed to be a toy company, and because of well, I think that one and also Teen Titans, the same thing. They were being sponsored by toy companies.
Hmm.
And it's like that happened in the 50s. That shouldn't be happening now. I mean, like, yeah, well, if they don't sponsor the show, we're not going to do it. Oh my God, what happened to? I thought you did that all in house. Like you produced it, uh, but no. Yeah, I got the Brave and the Bold. I thought that series rocked. And
It's a definitely a fun take. Among all the Batman shows, it's nice because that one's like, it's got serious stuff in it, but it's more of a comedy. And that's what makes it stand out. And it's a comedy and it's a crossover because each episode, Batman has to team up
yeah,
with a DC hero and they would do some
right.
deep cuts sometimes. They put Entrigan in that fucking show and made it
Hell
work.
yeah. Um, I mean that's what I mean. They put the Spectre in there, and
Yeah.
yeah, with the guy at the rats.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was a
yeah,
good episode, like where
that
they
was a
were
great
trying to
episode.
they made a bet, like, oh, he's gonna choose vengeance or is he gonna choose this, and Batman has to decide what really defines him.
Right. Yeah. Um, God, they didn't. That's what I also liked about Justice League Unlimited too. Like one of my favorite ones was when Terry McGinnis came over and started talking to Amanda Waller, who was
Mhm,
a very interesting character.
mhm.
Um, I and I don't know why they put Viola Davis in there and not CCH Pounder because
Oh
that's who
shit!
that's that's who Amanda Waller is.
The lady, she's the lady from Demon Knight, right? The lady that owns the place.
Yes, with a real distinctive voice,
Yeah.
like
Oh
a
my god,
dark
you're
voice.
right. I like Violet. I never thought of that. You're right though. She would have done great. Yeah.
I mean, she deserved it. She deserved it. She really defined the character. Because her and Batman, man, they were going like someone put a clip out there of Batman and Amanda Waller, and man, you see Amanda Waller, she's got some skills. Like she knows who Batman
Mhm.
is. And then, and she's like, she lets them know, says, we know who you are. Like the government, we know who you are. And then Batman comes back and says, well, you're not the only one. I know things about you as well. So
Mhm.
it's a tit for tat. Um, but yeah, she was fantastic. And the one she was telling the story about Batman when they fought the Royal Deck Gang, and
Yeah,
then Ace was dying, and Batman went in there and stayed with her until she died.
that's the season finale. Yeah,
Yeah, and she
one of the
and
best.
she said, yeah, that was one of the very best, man. And Ace is sitting there going like, you're not going to kill me. No, you never were. No, just I see
Yeah, that
I see loss as well. And he says yes. It was a great episode.
sit with me. Yeah, they hold the
Yeah,
hands on the swings.
fuck yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, that's a fucking DC. DC when it comes down to animation. I mean, I used to sit there and say Marvel had the live action. Um, Probably still do because James Gunn's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna fuck it
I
up.
don't.
Supergirl is gonna be terrible.
Style wise, James Gunn is one of my favorite directors. As a person, I'm very wary of him. I don't trust that man. There's a lot of weird shit with that man, and I think this is a little bit of conspiracy, but I do think there's a reason why he's rushing to do what he wants to do and not taking his time. Because I feel like he's running out of time.
Yeah, you're right. Because Superman came out last year, and this year he's got Supergirl. It does seem a bit of a rush, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's doing Clayface before he did Wonder Woman or Batman or The Flash. Like he wanted to do a Booster Gold show before you even have your Justice League. That got canceled. And look, I love Booster Gold, but we need to build to this shit. Get the setup first, get your main universe going, then you can do side things. And look, I love the side things more than the main things usually, but take your time. Marvel took its time. That's why it worked.
I love the Netflix. Well, okay. I love the three. I like the Defenders. I like Jessica Jones, and I like Luke Cage. Fucking hated that first season of Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Oh yeah, I thought you were about to turn on Daredevil or Punisher. I'm like, oh no, because those were good.
Oh my god, the first season of Iron Fist, man. Me and my buddy Catfish, we're sitting over there. We're all excited when it was dropped down. We got a ton of food. We went over there. It was going to drop like at 2:00 in the morning. We got food. We got drink. We're all happy. And they dropped the Iron Fist show. And by the third episode, man, we're looking at each other going like, "What the fuck is this?" Hey, Mike, how are you, sir? Yeah,
look into some of his shit, Ben. I don't know. I have a weird feeling about him. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't know if I'm right. I hope I'm not right, but there's weird stuff.
I think he's egotistical. That's what I think he is. I think he's ego driven. He wants to put his mark on everything. He's sort of like our president right now.
And look, this is coming from somebody who's James Gunn was one of my favorite directors in his work. I love most of his movies and creations and stuff.
Guardians of the Galaxy, he lost it. Those are three Marvel movies I would flush down the toilet.
You don't like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is one of my favorite MCUs.
Oh god, I hated it.
It's so good.
Mike saying super early stream for you. Everything. Yeah, it's May. It's May. I'm always up at May. May's my rough month. So I have insomnia. James Gunn's a former trauma guy. I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy is just some bullshit.
I know he's trauma, but I don't know, Ben. Again, I don't know.
Yeah. Mike, what are you doing up so early? Wait, it is early, right? It's almost 9 o'clock over there. Let's see. Oh, I hated the Guardians, Ben. No. Go back and read the Guardians of the Galaxy, the original team.
You're talking about the comics. They're not like the comics, but I kind of like. I
love the comic. That was one of those are some of my very favorite characters, and then he just jacked it all up.
Well, you know what he did, right?
Let's put Yondu in here in this time frame, but we're not. And then what the hell was that with Sylvester Stallone? What the hell is that? Oh my god!
What he did with the main team, especially, is and I didn't know this, but I started watching the show called Farscape because of Ethel and Marty and stuff, and he admitted he ripped off Farscape to do and the main team. Those are 1-to-1 with like the the Farscape characters almost. They're a little different. Yes, they are, but the same archetypes. And yes, Farscape's a great show. I'll say that show's amazing.
I actually never saw Farscape. I watched and as
Oh,
far
it's
as
so
the
good.
I heard I miss syndicated TV. But I will say this because Mike's here. I will say that I am now watching the Inspector Lindsay mysteries. I'm hooked on British mystery shows right now. I got I'm dropping Inspector Morse this today. That comes out tonight, and then I'm watching Inspector Lewis, Inspector Lindsay. And then I got another one called Home Fires, which I haven't watched that yet.
Oh,
And I'm still looking for the first season of Broadchurch. I got the second season, but I only got the first one. Those new Guardians are let's see. Those new Guardians was in place before the movie Marvel. These old ones were replaced by the comics before Gunn came up.
yeah, but the new ones even don't act like their comic counterpart. And in the comics, Star-Lord's more of a Clint Eastwood type character, and he's more of an asshole. Let's be honest, but he's more of like a Clint Eastwood type character.
And Ship is alive. The ship is alive, and that's what he calls it. He calls her Ship. I had Star-Lord, the #1. I collected when I was younger. I collected that comic. It came out of Marvel Premiere, and I collected it. And Star-Lord had nothing to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was him and Ship and going around, and he was no Celestial. I mean, I don't know where they came up with that. Warlock was around before the Guardians were. Warlock. You saw how Warlock acted in the third. I mean, it's like
I didn't see the third one yet.
Warlock used to, it was like he was protecting the gemstones. All those gemstones, he was protecting it from Thanos.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but I love Guardians of the Galaxy 2, especially. I love that movie.
Drax was known as Drax the Destroyer, and he used to be able to go nose to nose with the Hulk and Thor. His power level was that strong. There's plenty of comic books that show him, fighting, and he's upper. He's probably like on Hyperion's level from the Squadron Supreme. I mean, he's not gonna beat Hulk or Thor, but he sure as hell will give him a fight. Man, yeah, that second movie where they showed Sylvester Stallone and he's supposed to be Starhawk, and then he goes, "Let's go steal some shit." Dude, my buddy had to put his hand on my shoulder. I mean, he outweighed me by 100 pounds, but he had to put it because I was so pissed off. I was gonna stand and say, "Fuck that shit." Man, I was pissed off because the original Guardians of the Galaxy team, which Starhawk did come in last. I understand that, but man, that original Guardians team, Yondu, Prism, Vance Astro, Charlie 27, and it's Starhawk, and a Starhawk that is also she, because they have it in one body. The husband or wife had the one body, and that was a badass team, and great costumes too. But then we got this mess here. It's like, I mean, Drax is just like, he's played. Okay. It all depends who drew him, I guess. I understand he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he was never that goofy. He never was that goofy. Yeah.
I'm not too. I know where you're coming from because I have seen a little bit of the comics. I'm not too familiar with them, and I enjoyed the movies as their own thing. But I do know he changed a lot. I do know that. But I think the movies have a lot of heart, and they tackle stuff that like films, that even serious films, I haven't seen really tackle like that. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I like the and of course, the always the bad thing too is like Marvel. This is something too that just drove me nuts too, and that is Marvel. You don't have to kill every fucking. This isn't Disney. Disney, they kill every villain. They fucking kill every villain in Disney. Everyone. They always die horribly, burned to death or some shit like
Besides
that.
Pinocchio.
Oh my god, just. But that's what happened again. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and kill. We're gonna go ahead and kill. Ego, dude.
Hmm.
You're talking about killing a planet. How he can't kill a planet. He's still around today. His character's still around. I mean, how do you feel? How do you justify killing characters off that are still around? Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
kill.
I
We're gonna
don't
kill.
mind
We're gonna
killing
kill.
some of them off because it's a comic. It's you can always bring them back in some contrived
Right.
way. But I don't know. I don't think like Red Skull. Red Skull should have had a bigger run. Like they let Baron von Zemo live, which was cool. But Red Skull
Yeah.
definitely should have lived.
I liked how they. I liked that Baron Zemo character. I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked what he represented, and I thought that was interesting. He wasn't just a 1,000% a bad guy. He was, there's reasons that he did what he did.
Hmm.
See, yeah. Let's see, I want him in that Baron Zemo costume. Man, we all
Yes.
want them in the right costumes, right? Definitely. Yes.
And it
Oh,
sucks because they'll do concept art, and like when you look at some of these concept art, it's better than like what they actually did. And I'm like, why can't you just do the concept art? Like Malekith looked like his comic book character. Like they destroyed that character's really interesting in the comics, and they gave Christopher Eccleston that role, underrated actor, really good fucking actor. And then they're like, we're just gonna have him speak an alien language and make him gray, and it's like you just neutered that whole role and made it boring. You
uh,
just gave an underrated actor nothing when he could have made that one of your best villains.
yeah, we are. This won't take very long. I think we're going to be offline, showing offline to everybody. Oh,
Oh, you're good.
it'll be on in a minute. It doesn't take very long here. On my old setup, it'll take like 15 minutes. It's one of the reasons why I never did deep chats like this because they always come in and they always come in and refresh you know they do their 10-minute recheck or whatever they do updates. But
Yeah.
this won't take very long. You haven't seen Bubba Hotep yet?
Oh yeah, I have seen that one.
I was gonna say because that actually might be my favorite Bruce Campbell movie. I think the performance. I really like that movie. I heard about it a lot too, and I finally watched it, and yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was really good actually.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. That movie had a lot of heart to it.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a great in Burn Notice too. Burn Notice sort of goofy. Some of the stuff they did was sort of, it's like, okay, I'm a bird spy. I got to keep my head above water, try and clear my name. But it's one of those rare shows, and I do mean rare. In fact, I can only think of one other show that I ever saw that got stronger with every season, and that was Fantasy Island from the 70s. But
Hmm.
Burn Notice got stronger every year. Oh shit! That
Yeah, I've
it,
never
it used
seen that
to
one.
it was started off as light and fluffy, like daring do and what have you. But then it
Hmm.
started getting darker, and it got darker and darker. And man, some of the stress. I mean, it was some shit. It was like wow. Um, at the end, they had to fake the main character and him and his girlfriend. They had to fake their deaths so they could get them so they could escape. The main character's mom is sacrifice yourself. to save people. Um, and then I'm trying to remember what happened to Bruce Campbell's character. I think him and his other buddy. I think they ended up. I think they ended up. I'm not sure. I know they both lived, but I'm not sure what they were doing. But the beginning of that show was was like see how clever I am. But by the time it got done, it was like it was action, a lot of
Hmm.
action, a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I always confuse it with another one I haven't seen, Chuck. I always confuse those two. I know
Yeah,
they're
Chuck.
different.
Yeah, Chuck was interesting. Um, I just, man, it just kills me now when I go to the when I go to the library. It kills me like a lot of these shows like Chuck and whatnot. Gosh, I used to see them there all the time. In thrift
Hmm.
stores and whatnot. I used to see them out all the time. Now I don't see them at all. It's like that's probably why I have so many different pieces of series is because nobody ever delivers the whole damn series anymore. It's like one or two seasons. It's like, and even then, it's like you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I never bought Buffy when I first went to the library. I always thought I had the time to do that whenever I wanted to because
Hmm.
they're always on the shelves. Um, but no. Oh, that's funny. That's that's funny. Okay, no, we're still showing live. Let me see if I could. I'm gonna see if it's. I might have to refresh it. Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Okay, yeah. Let me refresh where we're at because there we go. Ta-da, we're back.
Uh,
Let's see. Oh, we gotta. I'll have to go back into the. Oh yeah. Okay. Have to go back to the live chat. I didn't know that about the live chat. Thanks for telling me about that.
oh yeah, that was Ben.
Ben says here. Ben says here. Honestly, like Stranger Things more as it went. Yeah, I got the first two seasons of that. I know they released all. I know they're going to release all those on physical media. That I know. See, I got my first season. I got that was a Target exclusive, and
Hmm.
I got it for $10. And then I got the second seasons at the library. God, I should print up a T-shirt. Um, but I'm not sure about the other three. The other three seasons. I'm not sure. You know, if they're going to get released or not.
Yeah,
I would think
I
so.
saw the first two. I haven't. I'll continue it at some point. I like the show enough.
Oh yeah, I liked every show enough when it popped up for a quarter. Arrow is putting out a complete series. Yeah, Arrow seems to be on. I think Arrow is probably everybody's favorite boutique label right now. They seem to be on top of everything.
Oh, I thought he
Uh,
meant the show's putting out. He means Arrow's putting out Stranger Things. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, he says not going to put out individual. See, I think that might be the key for people going forward. Ben is, maybe that's something they'll do now instead of just releasing them individually like they used to. Maybe that's the best thing they'll do is just sell it as a set. I mean, you're gonna get it anyway, so why not get it all at once?
Hmm.
I mean, I personally don't. I know it took a little bit of time. When a series they would release a series. Uh, Basically, they used to release the TV series in turn with the new series. Like if you had a season one selling, they put it out there right before they premiere season two, so you would
Hmm.
go and get season one to catch up. Um, But now, network TV being what it is, as far as streaming goes, now you don't have to wait because a lot of times they're just dropping the whole shit right there. Here's all 20 episodes right there. Well, I don't have to wait. I can just go
Yeah.
get it now. Yeah. Mm.
I think like one of the things I'm glad they don't really do anymore, they'll actually release like them in seasons, is they used to do cartoons and like volumes, and they wouldn't, or like the best hits, and they wouldn't do them in seasoned or episode order. They just release like random stuff and be like, oh, here, and then a lot of episodes wouldn't get released, and it's like, here, we're giving you the show. It's like, no, you're only giving me random, give me the whole show, like do it in seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if any of the the animated shows are being released anymore. I heard that I heard the three big ones weren't doing that. Stone, South Park, and Family Guy, and The Simpsons. I heard they stopped releasing physical media.
That probably like, and that would be crazy, but especially if they did every episode like unedited, like because they've edited episodes or banned episodes. If they did that would be, yeah, that they would have to do that in spurts. Like, here's the first 5-6 seasons. Here's the next 12 seasons. Like, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so imagine if they complete South Park or even Simpsons, it'd be like 100 discs. South Park season 27, Simpsons 30, season 36. Family Guy, I think Family Guy is like it's late in the late 20s too, I think.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that saves those series is the fact that they're topical humor. They're all current events. So
Yeah.
when you go back and watch The Simpsons now, season 18 or 17, and a lot of that humor is just it's gonna fall flat because it's not relevant anymore. It happened in the past. It was funny back then, but 20 years from now, will it still be that funny? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go back and watch The Simpsons. I grew up with it, but I kind of grew out of it. Kind of like Family Guy. I grew up watching Family Guy, and now I'm kind of like, I'm more. I do love King of the Hill. King of the Hill is the ones that always stuck with me.
I didn't mind. I didn't mind Family Guy. I thought it was pretty funny. But the series that I really want to get from McFarlane is I want to get the last 2 seasons of the Orville.
Oh yeah, he did do that. I would like to watch that one day.
Yeah, it was one of those series that started out as a sort of like a lark, and then I guess the last season got pretty good. It got really science fiction-y on us, and I'm like, man, I'm there for that. I think the first one was sort of like a playful homage, to Star Trek. But I heard the last season they sort of got rid of that and made it into a little bit more straight shooter, as far as science fiction goes.
That's cool. They did their own thing.
And I still have not found a single fucking season of Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or the original series. I got 2 seasons of the Next Generation. Star Trek is the hardest show to find in the wild.
Damn.
It is the hardest one to find. Oh my, that and Dick Wolf. Oh my gosh, you can't find their shit for nothing. If you think after 27 years of Law and Order, people will be tired of it and they just donate it. No, that would be a mistake. Yeah, Simpsons. Yes, because they predict the future. Yeah. I like the King of the Hill reboot. I see it just got a season 2 pickup. Yeah. That's a shame what happened to the actor who played one of the characters. You got
2 of them.
2 of them?
Because Johnny Hardwick died, who played Dale. I think he died of natural causes. And then the Native American guy that played John Redcord, I forget his names. I'm sorry, but he got shot because he was in a gay relationship. And
right. And
which
the
is
neighbor didn't like
fucked
it.
up.
Yeah, the neighbor was homophobic.
Yeah, not cool, not cool.
Not
But
cool.
I did like the I haven't seen the whole reboot, Ben, but I've seen a couple episodes, and it holds up. It's still like some of the voice acting a little bit weird, but I do think that the show is still like it's it's still funny. It's a good show. The characters maybe a little weird choices with some of them, but from what I've seen, they stay true to the characters, and it's really fucking funny. At least for me, it was funny.
Oh, all right, Chinchi, you and I have been up for 2 hours. I think we
Yeah.
thanks for Ben. I think we can go ahead and pull the shoot on this one. My eyes are starting to burn, so that's a good sign. I'm tired. I'll sleep till noon.
Fuck
I'll
yeah.
sleep. No, sleep till Brooklyn. We're gonna have to get together and figure out how we're gonna says, oh, Ben says his local store has a bunch of the Star Trek VHS tapes. Really? That's cool. I got the whole series of Enterprise. That I got. God, I'm just gonna stop with this. I picked that up. I picked up the whole series in one shot. I picked up the whole series for $12. That was actually a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah.
But I have not found any other series. I that and the Law and Order series. I'm sitting there going like, wow, I would be like, that would be nope, nobody, nothing's coming in. It's like okay, but I got the British TV shows come in there. I've had two of those. Come in, and this time I did better. The first time I only grabbed one series, but this time I grabbed three, and they're so good. All right, I want to thank Ben and Trenchy for hanging out with me on May Day here. Hopefully, you guys get some sleep, and I'll be back here at 7 o'clock, talking about Inspector Morse for RetroTube TV, and then Wednesday I'll be with Madam Cadaver. Her and I will be talking Grimm on Wednesday, and then next Sunday, a week from Sunday, it'll be Scooby Doo. Where are you? And we'll be doing a RetroTube TV look at the first episode of Scooby, when they run into their first ghost. That's right. I did the first ghost.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, this is great. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Trenchy. It really helped.
Oh hell yeah! No, it was fun.
All right.